my state of Vermont, and right next to us in New Hampshire, in fact, all over this country, we have a major crisis in terms of heroin addiction and the number of people who are dying and overdosing from heroin and opiates. This is a very serious issue. But in my view, we have got to look at addiction and substance abuse as a healthcare issue, not a criminal. Further, when we talk about the war on drugs, we have got to understand that right now, under the Federal Controlled Substance Act, marijuana is a Schedule I drug right next to heroin. Now, scientists argue the pluses and minuses of marijuana, but no sane person thinks that marijuana is equivalent to a killer drug like heroin. And that is why I have introduced legislation that would take marijuana out of the federal control. Whether or not marijuana becomes legal is a decision for the states. But it should not, possession should not be a federal crime. By the way, there is a racial component of this. It turns out that studies indicate that whites and blacks do marijuana at about equal rates, but blacks are 4 times more likely to get arrested than whites. This campaign is listening to our Latino brothers and sisters. And what they are telling me is they are tired of living in the shadows, tired of being exploited. They want comprehensive immigration reform. Citizenship and life. This campaign is listening to one of the most exploited groups of people in the history of our country, our Native American brothers and sisters. All of you know how much we owe to the first Americans from a cultural perspective, from an environmental perspective. They knew about environmental concerns and the relationship of people to the earth hundreds of years before it came. Over the years, throughout the history of our country, they have been lied to, they have been exploited. If elected president, we're going to change our relationship. This campaign is listening to the men and women who put their lives on the line to defend us, the veterans community. They want and are entitled to the highest quality health care available and the benefits that they earn. scientists all over the world and here in the United States. And I just want to tell you this. The debate is over. Climate change is real. Climate change is caused by human activity. Climate change is already causing devastating problems in this country and around the world. Now, this is very serious stuff, because what the scientists are telling us is that we have a small window of opportunity to prevent a very bad situation from becoming much worse. What they are telling us is if we do not get our act together boldly and aggressively, by the end of this century, this planet will be between 5 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Fahrenheit warmer. That is really, from a meteorological point of view, unbelievable. And what it will mean is more drought, more flood, more extreme weather disturbances, more destruction of the ocean, more rising sea levels. I was in Miami Beach yesterday, and they now frequently have floods which make streets impassable. What you're talking about is coastal communities in America and around the world being underwater. You're talking about more international conflict as people fight for limited natural resources. That is the future in front of us if we do not get our act together. And my friends, we have got to get our act together.